Now, I'm just going to answer a couple questions real quick. Some of you, I don't know if all of you know, we are handing over the church at the beginning of April to Ramon. He's going to become the senior pastor. Isn't that good? I like that. I like that. And some of you may not know that. A lot of you do. But some of you may have a few questions. So I just want to take a moment in the midst of the sermon, because I believe it's contextual, to answer a few questions that you guys may have. A lot of people may be saying, hey, this is great. Ramon's taking over. Awesome. Cool. We're excited. But how is Joseph spiritually? Some of you might want to know how I'm doing. To be honest with you, I'm tired and I'm ready for a break. I've been pastoring for 8 years. I've been in ministry for 20 years. I'm ready for a little bit of a break. You know, what a lot of you don't know is as I've been a pastor, I've continued to work probably 20 to 30 hours, you know, in the IT field, in careers and jobs outside of the church to continue to make income. I've worked, you know, helping make the Coffeehouse go with Julie. I've probably worked close to 80 hours a week for the last 8 years. And I probably sleep about, well, this won't change anyway. I usually sleep about 5 hours a night, which if I can get 5 hours a night, that's fantastic for me. I mean, that's good. That's a good sleep, so that's not so much. But I've worked a lot. And this is the fruit, and I love it. But spiritually, I'm tired. That makes sense to you? So as you guys are wondering, how's Joseph doing? You can pray for me. He's just tired, and he needs to rebound. I'm going to get a job in the IT field, hopefully. Make a lot of money, hopefully. Pay back a few of the things, you know, that we spent. But that's how I am spiritually. So you don't need to wonder. You don't need to ask. You don't need to talk. How's Joseph doing? I'm tired, okay? Make sense? But I also am excited because this is my dream being fulfilled. Okay, so don't mistake it as well as he's tired, so he's just leaving. He hates everything. I'm just tired, but I love what's going on. Is Joseph going to keep coming here? I know that's a question. And no, I will not. Especially for a period of time. You may be asking why. Well, y'all know I'm a Star Trek fan, right? I love Star Trek. And you're thinking, oh my, Joseph, this is an intimate moment. Why are you talking about Star Trek? Because this is how I live life. You can't have two captains on one ship bridge, okay? It's uncomfortable. For the new captain, for the old captain, and for the people. Just how it was. You know, I was sitting back there at the soundboard today, right? Let me just show you this in action. And I'm thinking, who's doing the tithes? And I said, oh, Tim's doing the tithes. Did Crystal forget to call Tim up? You see, I'm ready to take charge, aren't I? I'm not leading the worship. I'm not doing anything with the tithe. I'm just a sound man. That's my role right now. But I'm used to running the show. I'm used to being the captain. I have a way I want things done all the time. It's not always right. I almost stepped out and said, Tim, don't you want to walk up? I think Crystal forgot you. I came out around the soundboard. I'm totally serious about to take charge, right? Then I said, no, stop. So I walked around the soundboard again, and then I saw Crystal, nice, calm, and cool, go like this. Tim got the signal, walked up. That's awesome. I said, yeah. So it's not that I don't want to be here. It's not that I don't love people. But you understand when you make a transition like this, you have to have one captain on the bridge. Does it make sense to you guys? Now, it doesn't mean I'm not going to have still a lot of friends that I hang out with. I'm always going to visit the Hensons. Why? They live right across the street from me. They're my friends. That's not going to change. I'm just not going to talk to them about leadership. And if they start talking to me about Ramon, I say, well, you got the wrong guy. I'm going to hang out with Kyle and Krista. Why? They love music. I love music. We love to write together. You know, some of these things aren't going to change. You understand. I talk to a lot of people on Facebook. Guess what? I'll still do it. Why? Because that hasn't changed. Does that make sense? So the question a lot of you, is Joseph going to keep coming? No. That's going to be hard for some people. I understand. It's hard for me. But in a leadership transition, it has to be like that. And even if I was leaving to go plant a church, it would still be the same thing. See, our vision's always been to plant churches, hasn't it? That means when one person, which would have probably been me, because I'm the church planter, leaves a church, it's hard. And so we're going to have, the celebration service, and my guesses are going to be tears and sadness. And I've always said that's how it should be, shouldn't it? If I left and nobody shed one little tear, I would still leave. But I would feel like I'm getting kicked out the door. But you understand, I've been a part. I realized as I've been going through this process, in 20 years of being in Christianity, I've been in every church I've been in has been a church plant. And church plants are hard work. So that's what I'll say on that. So, is Joseph going to keep coming? Now, if you have questions, stuff, again, you can ask me. Facebook, I email. You can talk to Ramon, the leadership team. Some of you might say, if Joseph's a church planter, why is he not going out to plant another church? I just informed our overseer in a vineyard that the church is being handed over to Ramon. And his first question was, "Ooh, are you going to plant that church in L.A. right now?" I said, "No way. I'm tired." So a lot of you say, if I'm a church planter, why am I not going to plant a church? Again, I'm tired. I've been doing this for 20 years, and I need a little bit of a break. Make sense? Doesn't mean I won't plant a church again. Doesn't mean I won't plant a VX again someday. But probably if plans go according to Joseph, not in the next year or two. But God has his own plans, and we just don't know what they are. My plan is simply this: get a job, make some money. I'll probably keep tithing just because, that's just I like to do. So if that's the question. So hopefully that answers some of the questions you guys might have. Again, you can continue to ask myself, Ramon, the leadership team. But I'm just trying to give you a good picture there. Because Moses, now I'll bring it back to Moses here, was on the other side of the dream. You have to understand that. He was on the other side of the dream. Joshua was just starting off. Joseph is on the other side of the VX dream, VX Lomita dream. Ramon is just starting off. My next journey, my next phase is to find the next dream. When one dream comes to an end, another usually arises in your heart again. And that's where I'm at. So just in closing, where are you this morning? I know I've talked a lot about myself because I wanted to bring you into the loop of some of the struggle in the midst of the joy. But now it's time to reflect on yourself and your journey. Where are you at? Are you starting a dream? Are you on the other side of a dream? Are you in the middle of a dream? What is your next steps? Amen? Why don't we all stand?